That's weird. That's weird. Kind of weirding me out.
You are a sad, strange little man.
It's crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Isn't that weird?
That's weird, man.
It's strange.
What's up, campers? Welcome back to episode 232 of Camp Strange. I'm your camp counselor, Alex Tobin.
And I'm your other camp counselor, Pastor Robinson.
And we're back to bring the spooky, wacky, weird, strange, and Rams. But
Built tough.
before we tell you these stories, we got to catch you up on any of the news you may have whiffed. Fuck.
You whiffed it. You really whiffed and whisked it.
Kill me. You may have missed any of the weird news you may have missed. And I got one right here. As Fort Wayne man cuts off penis, uses it to set mother's garage on fire, police say. Why?
Kindling.
I hope that if I lose my mind, that's not something I do.
Yeah. I mean, they can sew it back on, right?
I don't think so.
No, I guess not if it's been the fire.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, we'll get into it in a second. But even if it's not in the fire, I don't think it works like that. I don't think you just sew it back on and be like, yeah, it's work. Maybe it works a little bit, but it's definitely not going to be working, like it used to, right? Right?
Yeah. It might work better.
Gets all mangled. Yeah, that would be cool. You're like, wow, it's
I should have
bigger.
done this years ago.
It's bigger and better. I'd be like, well, I don't need to worry about anything, actually. I'm fine. But if I was someone else, I'd be like, do you have an extra penis laying around where you can, put that in between my penis and my body? So the two penis for one deal?
Cosmopolitan.
Yeah. Yeah. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Isn't that the name of the ice cream that's like chocolate, vanilla, strawberry?
That's Neapolitan.
Neapolitan.
I'm like, Cosmopolitan, the magazine? I'm like, don't buy that magazine.
In my defense, I don't eat ice cream, so.
But you sew penises together.
I do. The joke was different skin tones down the shaft.
I read the new Cosmopolitan, and they're like, if your man doesn't have two penises, girl, dump him. If he doesn't have two penises sewn on hot dog style, he better not have two penises hamburger style, because then we have an issue.
Yeah. They don't make underwear for that.
But that's girth. Length or girth, doctor says. What do you do? Hamburger style or hot dog style?
I say hot dog is length, hamburger is girth.
No, I'm asking, what do you do if you have the option? I'm not asking you.
What do I do?
I understand the physics of a hamburger and a hot dog, if that's what you're asking.
Well, some people, they argue which one's which. I don't know.
Us in the medical community, when sewing penises together, we get into, we're like, is a hot dog a sandwich penis? I don't know.
Yeah.
But you have to answer the question. You want more length or girth? What are we doing here? I
don't know. This is all depending.
On what?
So I mean, if we're doing length, how skinny would that be?
Brother, I'm asking. We don't have to get into details. I'm asking if the doctor's like, hey, I got an extra penis. Hey, buddy, saw you were high on drugs and cut off your penis. Funny enough, your neighbors did the same thing.
So you're saying if
died.
I'm starting fresh. Fresh.
Well, I'm just saying, doctor has another penis lying around. Yours is off, and he goes, okay, I'm going to sew your penis back on, but here's the thing. I could add this penis to your penis. Now, do you want it hot dog style or hamburger style?
I'm going to be telling him, you know what, buddy, why don't you lob a little bit of me off for the next guy?
Oh, you're a generous lover. You're sharing the penis with everyone. You're like, I don't need that much. See, me too. I'm like, Doc, do you really think I need that other penis? Come on. Yeah. I would actually tell him, cut mine in half and give it to a nice underprivileged child. Maybe
I'd
not
love to run without knocking the wind out of myself,
Okay. But this guy right here, what he did, this is in Fort Wayne. Where's Fort Wayne? Wayne.
Texas.
Sounds like it. Anything with a fort feels like Texas or maybe
John
Florida.
Wayne.
This guy was 36, Allen County, and he set a fire in his mother's detached garage. Okay, but here's the thing. In the title, it says Fort Wayne man cuts off penis, uses it to set mother's garage on fire. I guess technically they're not wrong, but it seems a little misleading because he just poured lighter fluid on it or gasoline and then lit his severed penis on fire and then left. And police found him bleeding, and he was like, "Oh, I was stabbed." And they're like, "Oh my God!" And obviously they weren't like pulling down his pants and checking because they were the police and not the medics. And then like after a while, they're like, "Wait, we have like your name associated with this like fire down the street, like."
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Okay, I've been dishonest about this stabbing." And he basically was like, "I cut off my penis with a kitchen knife around 2 a.m., went in my mother's detached garage, poured gasoline on it and set it on fire," which I guess if you're up at 2 a.m., you're either having, no, I've been up at 2 a.m., but I'm guessing this guy was either on drugs or having a psychotic break, right?
At 2 a.m.? Dude, I'm up at 2 a.m. every single night.
I'm not saying that people who are up at 2 a.m. are either cutting off their penis or... That's not what I'm not saying that people who stay up till 2 a.m. have psychotic breaks and cut off their penis, but it's, I don't know if it's correlation.
People running
or
around the
causation.
streets covered in blood at 2 a.m.
They may or may not have cut off their penis. But
yeah.
I'm guessing because they don't say in this why he did it. And
Yeah.
my question is drugs or psychosis or something like that. But there's
Or
also
both.
like that third category, as we've probably talked about on the show, the BME Pain Olympics. And there are people who
body
do
mutilation.
it. Yeah, like what the... Here's the thing that I don't get. It's a one-time deal, so you better really like it. And here's the problem. If you really like it, you can't do it again. So
There's no testing the waters.
I just don't understand the psychology behind doing something that drastic.
Well, there are other forms, like that one guy that put a bunch of needles in his balls.
But here's the thing. You could take out the needle and then reinsert the needle. Sorry, this is like very graphic. But penis,
I'm just saying,
it's one and done.
Not all of it's one and done. But yeah, penis, cut anything that's cutting or removing, that's pretty one and done.
Yeah, I'd say so. I don't know. It's very, very interesting. They found a bake lighter and a knife on him. Yep, and some gasoline. Yep, that would be damning evidence for the penis cut off, lit on fire crime. He should have just done it and not burned down a garage, because then he would have just been...
It's kind of lame to do arson on like it's like a not even a like an unattached garage. Like, what are you gonna do?
Not only did he commit arson on that, but it spread to 2 other houses apparently. So,
Oh shit! Never mind.
he might need that penis for where he's going, right? He's like, I cut it off. That thing would have kept me kind of busy for at least half the day. In jail, right?
Yeah.
Now he's like, got any Sudoku?
Now you just rub around the area.
No. Now he's just showing people and scaring them.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway.
They call him Ken in the pin.
Yeah. Smooth as the day he was. I'd say almost as smooth as the day he was born. You were born without a penis, right?
Yeah.
Slowly.
Popped out when I was 15.
Yeah. Mine popped out yesterday. I'm so grateful. Meg was getting nervous.
They just say that boy's all balls.
She said, "Are you sure it's going to pop?" And I said, "One of these days."
Yeah.
One of them.
Just keep waiting. It's like a fine wine, just waiting for that day to pop the cork off.
I was like, I think we need to be in altitude or something. I was like, let's go to Machu Picchu.
Yeah. But we need to go to a Denver Broncos game next season.
We make love in Denver. Okay, I'm done. I'm done singing that song. That song's done. Next song.
Right.
Next song. Next story.
Not giving money to his church is the same as engaging in homosexuality, Grace City pastor says.
That's true. Because I do both of those.
You can translate that into "Give me money to my church, or you're gay."
Somebody's like, "Well, I'm gay," and he's like, "Well, you're safe. You don't have to give any money.
You pay double."
No, you're off the hook. You're fine. You're fine. It is kind of weird, like how two things: how hateful some churches are, and how greedy they are too. Like, I keep thinking about this, and maybe I shouldn't be saying this on the pod, but I'm trying to figure out how to not pay my taxes.
I don't think anyone's listening anymore.
That's true. But I'm trying to figure out how not to pay my taxes. And I really think forming a religion might be the way to go. Because
I think we've talked about this.
I think we have too. But it feels like you hear people talk about how like they don't want to do something because of like, oh, well, like my religion, I don't have to use AI because like my religion, that's like the new ha-ha joke or whatever. Like, but is it easy to like form a religion and just be like, we're tax exempt? Or I think the government has to be like, because I know Scientology, they had
paperwork.
Yeah, I think you're fucking right. I hate that. I hate when there's paperwork.
I'm out. I mean, I can't read, so I'm out.
That's true. But you also don't pay your taxes.
No.
So you're fine. You're fine. And you're also gay.
Yeah.
So you're fine.
Good.
But that's pretty wild. It is also wild that like people just say that shit, but they live in so much of a bubble that there's like not really repercussions. There's like, not that they're whatever. Yeah. Like people are allowed to say whatever they want, you know, but it's just like if I said that around my friends, I wouldn't be allowed at the gay money giving ceremonies anymore. Mm-hmm. They just wouldn't let me in there anymore.
Yeah.
But I don't know where I'm going with this, but
yeah. So I'm also reading in the comments of this saying, fun fact, there have been so far 5 members of this church arrested for child sex crimes.
Oh.
Good
he
church.
should have said, if you don't give money to the church, you're a pedophile. All those guys would have been like, definitely. Well, then they're really trying hard to beat the allegation, so they're giving a lot of money. Because they're all, they're all guilty.
Oh, yeah. Very guilty.
Right. Anyway. Well, I'm not going to that church anytime soon, so I think we'll be okay. They won't get any of my money. Those fuckers. Their wicker basket. I will never tithe. You can never make me tithe. Okay. Mexican Batman vigilante wanted for chasing down suspected thieves and taping them to lampposts.
I saw pictures of that. Why do they want him? Vigilante's not okay yet?
There will always be a tug of war between vigilantes and the police. They don't want to be shown up by Mexican Batman.
No.
And also, as we saw in The Dark Knight Rises,
There's hockey pads.
Where do they in the parking garage where they're like arresting those guys who are like trying to cosplay Batman? Which one was that?
What was that?
In the Batman movies, they're arresting those guys in the beginning of the movie because they're like fake Batmans. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and he says, Batman doesn't wear hockey pads.
Oh, that's what he says?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. So you got to be careful because I think everybody thinks they're qualified, but everybody knows you need millions of dollars and to be kept in a cell for a very long time and to be trained by Ra's al Ghul. Yeah,
Ra's al Ghul is important.
Ra's al Ghul. And not everybody can do it. So the police have to sign off on if you've been tortured and you are a millionaire, and then you get and your
parents have to be murdered in front of you.
Yes, those are the rules. So there's a lot. It's dedication. It's commitment. You can't just be doing.
Name a superhero whose parents haven't been killed.
Flash mom died. Superman parents dead. Batman parents dead. Wonder Woman, don't even know about her parents, but I'm guessing dead.
Yeah, probably dead.
These are all DC characters. Tony Stark, dad's dead.
Captain America, parents, uncle dead.
Hulk. I don't think Hulk had parents.
No.
Or Bruce Banner, I should say. Fuck, they are all dead.
Yeah. It's like it's like a Disney movie.
Wakanda,
One of the parents
Black Panther, dad dead.
Dad dead.
Ant-Man, no parents.
Ant-Man? Yeah. No parents.
Holy shit, I didn't really realize that.
Yeah. All dead parents.
The parents either don't exist or are dead.
Yeah.
Right?
There's no superhero with loving parents. There's one that you could possibly try to say, but I'm gonna say, well, one of them's gonna die.
Yeah.
Miles.
I was gonna say Miles Morales.
Yeah, you know that dad's gonna die.
Wait, but I think
I'm sure he did in the comics. I've never read any of. I think I stopped reading comics like after his introduction.
He
so
died in the video game. Oh God, dog's crying. One sec.
Oh no, the dog crying. That's what I do when people start crying. I kick them out of the room. Get the fuck
out of here. Get out of here. I don't care if it's a funeral. Get out of here. But this is Mexican Batman, and I think his parents are still alive, so I don't think he makes the cut.
But Abuela gone.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Wait, it says many of them were reported sporting mustaches, cat whiskers, and had ratero, the Spanish word for thief, scribbled on their faces by the anonymous crime hunter. Some of them appeared to have been beaten up with bloody faces and visible cuts.
So I'm saying you make the statement that you're looking for him, but you're not actually looking for him. You do that to scare away people from doing it so no one gets hurt. But clearly this guy's doing fine because I saw multiple photos of this.
5 men were found taped and unable to move from lampposts over 10 days in the area of Lagos de Moreno in Jalisco, western Mexico.
That was good pronunciation.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'd be like a little concerned though, because it's like, okay, it's all fun when like Mexican Batman tapes me to the pole and everything, but then like if I'm taped to the pole, these are all kids, by the way, so
yeah,
I don't know, but like if I'm taped to a pole and I'm like, oh, Mexican Batman, and then the cartel rolls up, I'm like, Mexican Batman, can you tape them to the pole? And Mexican Batman's like, nah, I'm not doing that.
It'd be funny, like, what if Mexican Batman this whole time was like, he was trying to be like, I don't know.
Oh shit, my headphones disconnected. One sec.
Oh no.
This is a big fucked up fucking mess.
He can't hear me.
Why'd this happen?
Gives me time to think of what I was trying to say.
You're gonna be playing double on the mic right now.
Oh no.
What happened?
You can hear me twice as much.
How did this just break? I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
I am here for your child. Give me your child.
Stop. Dude, what the fuck?
Oh, he hung up on me. Oh, no, he's back.
Dude, this is fucked.
Yeah, that's why I always hardline, baby. I got the cord on me. I'm always wrestling with the damn thing, though. So I hope everyone had a good, safe 4th of July. Hope everyone still got all their fingers. I don't know about you guys, where I was at. Fireworks show was crazy. People really shelling out those shells for the big 250. Had a good time in Montana. Lots of fireworks going on. I guess I do like a small news story that I don't know if Alex can hear me because he looks like he's really working on that thing. Kind of a small news story. I'm not looking at an article. I just read earlier that the Eugene Police Department spent a bunch of money and made a task force strictly for arresting and giving out citations for people with illegal fireworks, because we are in an area where, you know, you got the snakes, you got the sparklers, and that's about it. Smoke bombs, nothing to set fires. And so they had an elite task force for hunting down criminals with illegal fireworks. and they didn't arrest or give out a single citation. So, money spent well, tax dollars spent well. Eugene Police Department, those guys are awesome. They do a really good job. Anytime I've ever had to deal with them, they always follow through. They do a great job. They always figure things out. Your headphones back on?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right.
Okay.
So the joke I was trying to make was like, what if like Mexican Batman was like trying to be like the salamander?
Who's
like
that?
he was like trying to he was trying to do his own thing. Like he had some other like animal, and like every headline's like the Mexican Batman. He's like, God damn it, they don't have my name right.
They're like, we only know a certain number of animal / superhero crossover, and salamander just doesn't work.
Yeah. He was like, I am El Muerto.
He just goes and lays at the bottom of a pool. And you're like, what are you? He's like, I'm the Mexican salamander. And you're like, oh yeah, that tracks. I thought you were a newt for a second.
I mean, he's just the salamander, man.
The salamander.
The salamander.
I like that. That's good. Anyway, this cool Mexican Batman guy seems like he's taping children to poles. I'm guessing that he is also a child of. Is he actually beating up these kids? These kids, I mean, their faces are.
They didn't look very harmed in the photos I saw.
I know. Do you think this is like a one big stunt? Some guy in my hometown like dressed up like Batman and was like walking around downtown for like over 2 years, and people were like,
"Yeah,
Petaluma Batman," and like he got like news articles, and like I mean he was like a kid in our hometown or whatever, and like. It was just kind of like a fun little thing, but I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, kill someone already.
We have a guy in Eugene who was dressing up like a superhero, and it ended up being a fetish thing, and he would go and jack off in like staircases, and then he started, he started raping homeless people.
Wait. This is not my Batman Cup, Lois.
What?
That's a Family Guy bit. Wait, okay, so wait. You said he was raping homeless people?
Yeah. And he got arrested.
wait, I gotta do it. Ready? You either die a hero or you live long enough to start raping homeless people.
Dude. Let's not make a joke about this.
You're the one who brought it up. I didn't make.
Well, I'm not making it up. But the crazy thing is, he got released recently, so he's back on the streets.
Oh no!
This might be a topic for a story.
How long has he been? When did he do this?
Like last year, he was in jail for like maybe a couple months.
So did he not do it, or did he do it? How do you just get 1 year?
So I read the description of one of the things, and it sounded like he was. It sounded like he wasn't necessarily penetrating them, but he was ejaculating on them. Stop. And so I think he was filming himself finding homeless people asleep and then jacking off on them.
I feel like.
So I guess rape. I don't know if that's considered rape. Sexually assaulting them.
I feel like you get mad when I say things, but then you bring up certain stories that are like a minefield for me to fucking walk through. You've done this to me many times in the past. And then there have been times where I said stuff and we've had to cut it from the pod because I'm like, how do I navigate this? This is a comedy podcast and you're talking about some guy walking around and jizzing on homeless people. It's not funny. But it's absurd.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, hopefully he learned his lesson, but he didn't.
And what the scariest thing is, like, I'm pretty sure someone on certain accounts it's not cool, but I saw a thing on Reddit where someone like doxed him and like posted like where he lived, and it's not that far from me.
Why would you want to go to his house?
Because people are like, let's go kick the shit out of this guy.
Oh, I see. No, he'll jizz on you. Get away from him.
That's his superpower.
Do you think Spider-Man had those allegations in the beginning? Like some guy's like jizzing all over the city.
Guy's
Like-
coming out of his wrists.
Find these long ropey ones just hanging from the side of buildings. What the
Brother
fuck?
shooting rope all over New York.
And then one day they saw him like, oh, thank God that wasn't jizz. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You know, there's some. You know what? I want to see the Spider-Man movie of the guy who walks around and he's like a weird fetish fan and he collects all the web and he's like, more web, and he like brings it home and like keeps it in a shoebox.
Yeah. Puts it in a jar
Yeah.
with a little anime girl in it.
Sits on the jar. I'm joking. Thinking of that video now. Don't bring up jars around me. See, this is why am I like this? Don't give me a microphone. Okay. We caught up on the news.
I had two more, but we could skip them.
No, do them.
All right. West
Speed
Virginia
run.
spent $13 million to create university program to fight woke ideology. One student enrolled.
Wait, $13 million?
No, $3 million.
Oh, that's still a lot.
Yeah.
They fight woke ideology.
Yeah. One student.
I don't get how why people want to fight ideologies. I'm like, just let people believe what they want to believe. Why do you care? Like, if somebody's like, I'm conservative and I believe in Jesus and going to church, and my wife, she's a trad wife and she cooks and cleans and I go make dinner. I was like, okay, if that works for all of you guys, more power to you. But then there's people that are like, why is your hair purple? And I'm like, oh my God. Fucking calm down. They're like, we need $3 million for hair dye. We're going around and we're re-dyeing people with colored hair back to pitch black. We're gonna make them Elvis impersonators. Do you know my mom went up to a guy in a restaurant and he's like an old guy and she's like, oh my God, and he kind of looked like Elvis. It was at this place called the Smokehouse in LA, and it's an old school old people hang out there. And he was chatting it up with my mom, and she's like, "Oh my God, so are you an Elvis impersonator?" And he's like, "No." And I was like, "Oh my God." He was 80, mid 80s or late 80s, and I was like, "Oh my God." It was bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't get it. I don't get the whole. They're like, we need to stop woke culture. I'm like, just you don't even live around anybody who's quote unquote woke. The people you surround yourself by are none
West
of them
Virginia
are woke.
does not need to be worrying about Portland or Seattle.
I know. I'm like, it's almost like people who live in cities don't mind woke culture, and people who live out in the middle of nowhere, don't
People
see
that
woke
aren't around
culture.
it.
Yeah. They're like, no, but it's the same thing with people who are very religious, where they want to bring people into the fold of their religion. They're like, I'm saving you, and I'm like, no, I don't want to go into your religion. And I'm like, why do you want me so bad? It's
Not
kind of the
asking
same
to be
thing where they
saved.
want to eliminate woke culture. They only they want the monolith culture where people are like, America 1950s, everyone had a picket fence and apple pie, and I'm like, no, there were people doing heroin in New York still. People just don't think about that when they think in retrospect. They're just no, everything used to be really good. I'm like, no, there were tons of different people still. They just didn't know about them because they didn't have any media like that. It was
Social media, yeah.
You only knew it was happening on your street and in your town.
Yeah.
That's it. Anyway.
So to go back to your Elvis comment,
Oh yeah.
I've got some construction down the street from my house right now, and I am 100% convinced that one of the construction workers is a mall Santa.
Oh.
Pretty exciting.
Do you think that pays well?
No.
Not at all.
It seems like too much work for
Volunteer, you think?
like a month.
Yeah. Do they rotate out of
Yeah, I bet Eugene's got 3 of them.
It must be volunteer, but if somebody's volunteering, then I'm a little weary.
No,
of you.
I bet they get paid, but I don't think I would not believe it's much.
Yeah. Maybe it's just kind of a little side hustle.
Mm-hmm.
It's also weird to pay Santa Claus money. He should be giving us money.
Yeah, we pay him in candy canes.
He's already fucking rich. He gives presents to the whole world.
No, he's not. He just.
Oh, he has
shits
slave
those out.
labor. Yeah, he does.
He has slaves, and he poops the wood.
All year he poops wood to make, like we get anything made of wood anymore. Like, speaking of like
Little
1950s, yeah, exactly.
Little horse with a wheel with the wheels and the rope.
You seen him like freaking out about transistor chips and like fucking graphics cards and just like screaming, being like, "What do you mean it tripled in price?"
Yeah. AI killed Santa. I'll say it.
I can't wait for them to start canceling Santa subscriptions when they stop making physical discs for PS5. Oh God!
I got one more. Explosive diarrhea parasite spreads.
Yeah.
Taco Bell pulls key ingredient.
Wait, what? Meat is in the beef?
No, lettuce.
Oh shit! Okay.
But I mean that also trickles down into the guacamole and the pico de gallo.
Yeah, shreddis, as I like to call it, shredded lettuce. You know, that carries a lot of E. coli. I'm guessing that's what it's doing. It's probably poop parasite that makes you poop more.
Yeah, I mean, I don't eat fast food too often, but when I do, like,
You don't eat vegetables. I'm joking.
I occasionally I'll enjoy like a hot and spicy McChicken.
Yeah, I miss your food reviews.
Always with no lettuce. Every
Why?
time, no lettuce. Because anytime I eat that McDonald's lettuce, I am just pissing out the ass.
Oh, really?
Every time.
Never thought about
No lettuce,
that.
I'm good. Lettuce, done.
You leave lettuce out for more than an hour, it starts turning like that pink. It starts getting that pink to it, and you're just like, oh,
that can't be good. That can't be good.
I have some shredded lettuce in my fridge right now, and I feel like it went bad like a while ago. I'm too scared to look at it.
I've been living off the land lately. We did a garden a couple of months back.
What'd you grow?
All sorts of stuff, but we've got lots of lettuces,
Lead-eye.
kale, lead-eye. We got all the greens, and it's growing like crazy to the point that we have to give it away because like we can't eat it fast enough.
Oh, good old lettuce Santa. Okay.
It's been awesome.
You should start giving
Tomatoes
away
are-
wood toys.
Tomatoes
too.
are still a little green. So they're not ready yet. But there's the only thing better than a garden fresh tomato is garden fresh asparagus, which not a lot of people can say they've had.
Have you had Little Caesar's Crazy Bread?
I mean, I'm a man who loves Little Caesar's pizza. Not gonna lie.
I'll say this again. I know I said this to you before the pod, but Little Caesar's Crazy Bread is just normal bread to me. That's how
'Cause you're so
crazy.
crazy.
That's how crazy I am.
Yeah.
But that's good that your pee stinks real bad from your nice asparagus guy.
Well, do you know why it's hard?
Do you know why it's hard? What?
Why it's hard to get asparagus in a garden?
I don't know.
It takes like 7 years for it to grow.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's not even that good.
Oh, buddy. If you had it straight out of the ground, you would change what you said.
I cook mine. No, I agree. Asparagus is like fine. I don't have beef with asparagus. Actually, I do. A side of beef.
I love asparagus.
I have a side of beef with asparagus. No,
I'll be eating that shit raw out of the ground.
I don't have any problem with asparagus, but it's not 7 years worth of fucking to wait for asparagus, right?
I could argue it.
Well,
It's so good.
I'm happy for you because next time you're going to eat asparagus is in 7 years, so I hope you can wait.
Yeah.
I hope you can wait. What are you going to do with all your fresh smelling pee until then?
Dude, I'll be 45.
Oh, it'd be good for you. Good for your 45-year-old failing body. The asparagus is going to outlive David.
It absolutely will. So you need to come over and water it.
Okay. I'll bury you with a stock in your pocket.
Thank you.
Okay, should we get into these stories?
Yeah, I probably should, huh?
Might not even have time for David's story. I think he said it was 46 pages long. That might be for the next
52.
pod. We might be kicking the can on David's story, but I'll get into mine. Here we go. Now, David, do you ever look at someone's life and think, wow, they have it all? the house, the car, the family, the money, Little Caesar's crazy bread, everything. Well,
The mistress.
the mistress. Well, as we all know, looks can be deceiving. And that was just the case for a Phoenix man who spent a little more than he earned and got caught in a tricky financial situation. See, this would not even be newsworthy in most cases, as this happens more often than you think. You know, people max out their credit cards, they buy too big of a house, you know, their finances don't keep rolling in, everybody thinks it's going to be going like that forever, and then all of a sudden you hit a wall and you're panicking. But when you pair money troubles with an overinflated and fragile ego, you may just get a very weird and tragic story, as today we discuss the death of Michael Marin. So, to most people, 53-year-old Phoenix, Arizona resident Michael Marin appeared to have everything, like I mentioned. He was a Yale-educated attorney who left the practice of law for Wall Street, where he built a lucrative career working for firms such as the Salomon Brothers, Merrill Lynch, and Lehman Brothers. I do think that they always have funny names for these Wall Street firms. Who are all these brothers? Warner Brothers, Solomon Brothers, Lehman Brothers, Einstein Bros, Bagels, there's like an auto body shop that's a Brothers, right? O'Reilly, no.
Yeah, I can see the logo.
Is there any other restaurants that I'm missing that are brother restaurants? Brothers? Oh, this is gonna get under my skin. What is
give
the
me
oil
one more
change
brothers.
place? Yes,
the oil change place. There's like I don't know if it's in the name though. I just know the logo has like those little, like, you know, slick back twirly mustache.
Oh my God! Yeah, you're totally.
It's like
right.
a baby blue.
No, it has the three brothers on it, and one has like glasses. Wait. Oh shit!
Yeah.
This is bothering me. Auto body.
The Wright brothers.
Brothers. They're not a company. They're just some brothers who invented an airplane. Oh my God! Wait, auto body. Wait. Shit. Holy change. You guys, this is why. Okay, fuck this. I can't find it. Fuck them. Fuck those brothers. They're probably out of business. Fucking brothers. Anyway.
Well, how about
Shirt
the Wright
brothers.
brothers?
No, if you bring up the Wright brothers one more time, I'm going to freak out. They loved wood. They made shit out of wood. Balsa wood. Anyway. So this guy was working for all the brothers. But he moved in elite financial circles, earning a reputation as a sharp and ambitious businessman. And outside of finance, Marin also cultivated an image of adventure and sophistication. He flew his own plane, speaking of Wright brothers. He climbed
Are we talking about the Wright brothers?
No. He climbed 6 of the 7 summits, including Mount Everest in 2001. And he also owned a Phoenix mansion, which he filled with valuable artwork, antiques, and other expensive possessions. Marin also had 4 grown children, but was divorced after 12 years of marriage. So he was, he lived in that mansion by himself, where he would court women and friends for parties. So he was kind of living the bachelor lifestyle. He was, like I mentioned, he was 53 at this point. So I think all of his children were out of the house for the most part, and he didn't have a wife, so he was dating around and doing all this stuff, and it seemed like he kind of had the life. And like I said, Marin seemed to be living the dream life to an outsider, but to some that knew him, there were always cracks under the glossy exterior of success. So it was said that Marin had a huge ego that, of course, helped him in overachieving in business, but hurt him in his personal life, as friends and families claimed that he would fly into a rage and start petty and destructive fights at the notion of a perceived slight that he would become fixated on. He was also kind of known as like a bully. People were like, oh, he's kind of like a bully for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But
Real
Marin,
piece of shit.
Yeah, I didn't. As I read the story, I was like, oh, okay. And like his friends were kind of like gassing him up after his death, and they're like, "Oh my God, I could still." Sorry, this guy might be nice, but you're gonna see what I don't know. He's like insane in the membrane a little bit because people were like, "Oh my God, I still miss." Michael was so caring, and when I was belaying down off the rock at the summit, like I could still hear his voice, and like people he dated were like vouching for him, being like he was a good guy. And I'm gonna feel really bad if this whole story is false, but I think it's pretty true. Whatever. But Marin was also called an unreliable narrator about his own life, claiming that he owned some Picasso etchings that he said were worth millions of dollars, when in fact I think he paid like a fraction of the price for them. He paid like $100,000 for them, and he was like, "These are worth millions," and would like tote them off. But he still bought like $100,000 piece of art, which is impressive.
To be fair, just because you bought it for $100,000 doesn't mean it's not worth it.
I thought about that too. I was like, is that really like a slight? I don't know how art appreciates, but I think this is like, he had like a girlfriend that was like, I was with him when he bought him, and he was like, oh, this was like $100,000. And then he like immediately turned around and was like, these are Picasso etchings worth millions. And like, I get it. The fish gets bigger as the story goes. Like, they're Picasso etchings. So it's like, it's still very cool. But the fact that he would overinflate things to make himself sound richer or cooler or more influential was a beige flag. Not necessarily a red flag, but a beige flag. And he also wrote a book about financial trading in East Asia and his adventures in Papua New Guinea, consisting of apparently drug bust. Papa. Wait, what was that? Papa bad. What did she say in fucking Stranger Things? No, Papa. Some shit like that.
I can't remember what it is.
Yeah. Papa bad. But apparently in Papua New Guinea, consisted of drug busts, firefights in Cambodia, and getting tortured by Malaysian police. And when he wrote this book, I guess in the beginning, he's like, some of this is fact and some of it's fiction. So, like, that's where I have a problem with. He kind of always gives himself, like, none of his stuff that he says, he's not like a complete narcissist or anything. I think he just had, like, a big ego. Like, there's some people that are just, like, they're compulsive liars, they're narcissists, they're clearly like hard to be around and everything. I think this guy was like extremely insecure, and I think he was like just like a kind of a weird guy who was like, you know, the people that think that
not loved enough.
Yeah, people that think that like money will fix all their problems, and there's like, well, I could buy friends and influence with all this, and like obviously it worked for him for a very long time, but at the end of the day, you know, you still got to be with yourself in a quiet room. So so he also dealt with lengthy legal battles. This is kind of a piece of shit move, which he started over like traffic citations, which also kind of a crazy side story. He was like driving his motorcycle and like accidentally like hit a car and went over the handlebars, and they said that he was operating the vehicle like in a dangerous way, and so he had to pay like the traffic fine. I don't think he like flew over like crazy. I think he was just like probably going too fast, tried to slow down and like hit a car and flew over the hood of the car. But he went to court, and instead of like he was rich, so instead of paying the fine, he represented himself in court and fought against a legal battle, and he lost. And then he was like, the recording of the session was all jumbled or something like that. So he used that as like a pretense to get another trial. And they're like, oh, fine. And he did it again, and he lost again. And he just kept like, he had a hard time with losing, which we'll get into.
Yeah.
He like you said, the perceived slights, the perceived like lesser than, he couldn't stand losing. And that's probably some kind of trauma or something like that. But he also, a paternity lawsuit. I guess he got some random woman pregnant, and the woman's like, "This is your baby," and he's like, "No, it's not." And he like, it's like the Maury episode where he's like, "That baby don't even look like me. Look at that fucking baby, piece of shit baby. Look at it, gross, ugly. Mom's a whore. That baby's ugly.
Baby.
I want nothing to do with the baby." And then they're like, "You are the father," and he's like, "I'm so happy to be here for the baby." I was like, this is gonna be awkward. You just call that baby a piece of shit when it's old enough to see this. Like, So that's what happened. He said the baby's not mine, and then the child ended up being his, and he was like, okay, and then like brought it into the fold of his family and introduced the baby to his like 4 other kids. So I'm like, a little too late sometimes, you know. You already said what you said. But
is it too late to say I'm sorry?
Do you know that song was written about Michael Marin?
Yeah.
Justin Bieber wrote that song about Mike. He's like, oh, you're having a child with another woman, you piece of shit. Clearly I don't know how that song goes. But he was just a general bully, apparently, for people that knew him. Like I said, I think it's just like ego. Rich people just be doing shit like this, you know? They're just kind of, some of them are pieces of shit. Helps them and hurts them. So, like I mentioned, Marin did not like losing or being perceived as a loser, and this would be his ultimate downfall when in 2009, his world began to unravel. So, you see, behind the scenes, Marin was facing severe financial problems, and for someone who doesn't want to be a loser or be perceived as a loser, you kind of have to hold the facade up. So you can't downsize your house. You can't fucking, you know, be like, oh, I'm going to figure out a way to like scale back. It's like, no. I mean, he did try to. So he basically, but he tried to find a way to scale back, but also keep all of his money because, like I mentioned, he ran into financial problems that were far worse than most people realized. And court records showed that he was burdened with millions of dollars in debt, including a mortgage on his luxury home that he would no longer comfortably afford. Marin first tried to sell the property in a conventional way, but when no buyer came forward, I don't think like people are trying to buy like multi-million-dollar mansions in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm not trying to say there's anything bad about Phoenix, but like usually these houses that are like very sought after are probably in like coastal regions or something, you know, or like very not extremely hot places. And he's like, I can't turn my $3 million mansion around in the middle of the desert.
Can't go outside in the summer.
Exactly. I mean, I guess that makes sense where you would build a giant house where it's like, I could still like run around my house. Imagine him just like running.
What year was this?
2009.
Okay.
Yeah. But, yeah, so no buyer came forward. So he turned to an unusual and highly publicized idea, and he organized a charity raffle and offered the mansion as the grand prize if enough tickets were sold. And this is where I found 2 conflicting reports. One report said that 176,000 lottery tickets at $25 a pop were sold, which totaled out to $4.4 million, which apparently he intended to cover the mortgage, so buy the house outright and like give it to somebody, make a profit so he would leave with money as well, and then donate the rest, whatever. I don't know he probably just said he was going to donate. I don't think he was going to donate shit. He probably just told the cops that or whatever. But he's going to donate the rest, and the police found out about it and shut it down, calling the lottery illegal. They're like, you can't just do this, like, because technically he could take $4.4 million and then just pull his friend's name. There's like standards and practices and legal ramifications for like a lottery like this, and I don't think like people would be doing this a lot more to sell their house and being like, because that's how you start a bidding war, because no one feels like they overpaid, but you get a ton of money. So it's like if I found a house up the street that was beautiful and I was like, $25, let's just buy 4 tickets. It's $100. And if everybody did that, this guy walks away with $4 million on a $2 million house, and that person who gets it only spent $100. It's like, that's fucking crazy. And also there would probably be like issues with some kind of other housing, blah, blah, blah. So they shut that shit down, apparently. But then another story said that there was not enough people who entered the raffle, so he canceled it, saying he couldn't. But like, I would buy tickets to that, even if it was like like I said, a mansion in the middle of the desert. I'm like, well, if I get it for
Vacation home, baby.
Yeah, not only that, but I was like, then I could just turn around and try to sell that myself. You know what I mean? Like, I know he was having trouble with it, but like, even if I sold it for half, I'm like, I got this for $25.
Yeah.
Do you want a deal on this fucking mansion? Like,
yeah.
I would just turn around and start the raffle all over again. I'd be like, everybody who just we're running it back. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Keep going until someone wants it.
Exactly. So, regardless, Marin was left in the same crushing financial obligations he had hoped to escape. But just weeks later, on July 5th, 2009, in a strange coincidence, I like how it's a day after 4th of July, too. In a strange coincidence, Marin's mansion caught fire.
Oh, I wonder how.
Yeah. And as firefighters arrived, they encountered a scene unlike any they had expected. Marin had already escaped from the burning home, but the way he got out immediately drew attention. He climbed down from a second-story window using a rope ladder while wearing a full scuba gear suit, including a wetsuit and an oxygen tank strapped to his back. So,
I mean, the oxygen tank kind of makes sense, except for if that gets caught on fire, then you're fucked.
Oh my
Flying
God.
through the air at 900 miles per hour.
your spine's bursting out the front of your chest. I was thinking about that too. I was like, compressed oxygen, it's fine in theory, but if that it's a metal tank. If that heats up from just being in the vicinity, you're walking around with a bomb strapped to your back. I'd rather just fucking hold my breath and crawl. And plus, I'll finish this paragraph. Marin later explained that he believed that the breathing equipment would protect him from smoke inhalation while he escaped. And to him, it was a precaution. But to investigators, it was one of several details that made the fire look deeply suspicious. Because people were like, do you know how hard it is to get on a wetsuit, especially during a fire? The first thing you would do is run out of the building and not hurry, let me go and put on my sweatsuit and a scuba tank to make my way, especially in a mansion. There's probably many exits, and if a fire starts in one spot, I bet you can get out. It's you're not trapped. But so obviously looking very fishy. No scuba pun intended. So the fire investigation quickly raised more questions than answers, and fire officials concluded that the blaze had been intentionally set in multiple locations throughout the home and that accelerants had been used to help spread it. The findings suggested planning rather than accident. And investigators also discovered that many of Marin's most valuable possessions, including expensive artwork, collectibles, and other items of value, had been removed from the house before the fire. That's
interesting.
That is crime 101. You cannot, the sacrifice you have to make is that, I think about this, when you do a crime in your car, not that I do a crime in my car, but in a movie, they'll do a crime in a car or a phone and they snap the phone in half, or they smash the phone, or they catch the car on fire. I'm like, this is the price you pay for not getting caught. There's people that do not they'll kill somebody, they're covered in blood, and they'll go try to wash their clothes in their washing machine. I'm like, sorry, you lost that outfit. That outfit gets burned. What are you talking about? And people just go, nah, I need to save all my favorite little things. And they're like, we're going to find out about this. We see.
I'd rather go to jail than burn my Gucci. I'm not going to burn my Gucci slips.
You know what the worst part is when you burn your Gucci slips and then you still go to prison and you're just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Well, it's not bad for you.
Bring the Gucci slips to prison.
It's not bad for you, but it's bad for the people who inherit all of your shit. And you're just like, so dad burnt up all of his shit and still went to prison? Great.
So you're telling me I'm not going to inherit the Gucci slips? Somehow that set off Siri. Shut up.
Yeah. I had a mouthful of water with the Gucci slips. Not the Gucci slips.
I'm going to sue dad from prison because he didn't leave me the Gucci slips.
I'm not visiting him. I left you 6 orange jumpsuits. So it was pretty obvious to everyone that the fire had been set deliberately so Marin could collect insurance money and relieve his financial pressure. Pretty obvious. Marin denied the accusations and maintained his innocence throughout the investigation and trial. The case eventually went to jury in 2012, where prosecutors spent weeks laying out their theory of what had happened. We kind of went through it. Accelerants, took all the stuff, probably cut his penis off too before he started the fire, if I had to guess. And the defense argued that there was no evidence to prove that Marin had started the fire. I love that. Like, there's no hard evidence. And you're like, I do hate that about our
His
judicial
penis
system.
was left behind, but
Yeah, that's true. They're like, well, we all know about penises, and once you cut them off, you got to burn them. So, but I do hate that about our judicial system, where it's like you can't use common sense because like one time an innocent person just like happened to line up with all of like the worst circumstantial evidence against them. Yeah. They're like, well, you were at this place and you owned a gun and you happened to like fire it that night and you actually hated the person that got killed that was there, and then you find out that they just didn't do it, and you're like, well, fuck, I guess we can't do this anymore. That sucks.
it kind of throws it out.
But they said there's no evidence to prove, hard evidence to prove it, and the trial drew attention not only because of the allegations themselves, but on June 28th, 2012, the jury returned with its verdict, all while being filmed in the courtroom. So I don't know if this was televised, but it was definitely filmed because there was footage of this. And as the courtroom grew quiet, the clerk read the word guilty. And I believe, I didn't write it in here, but I believe sentencing, I think, would be a different day, but I think he was up for 10 to 21 years, which is kind of crazy for insurance fraud. Maybe it was 7 to 21. Obviously, he wouldn't serve like the full 21. He'd probably get like 4 or 7 years. But like this guy, you know, his ego was too big too. You know, it's like he couldn't handle it. Like I said, the clerk read guilty, and video from the courtroom shows Marin sitting calmly for a brief moment before placing his hands over his mouth and then taking a drink from a sports bottle. At first, nothing seemed immediately alarming, but within minutes, his condition changed dramatically. He began to lose consciousness and start like snorting, being like, and like fall forward. And he collapsed in the courtroom, onto the courtroom floor, and triggered a frantic response from deputies, attorneys, and emergency personnel who rushed to help him. The scene was chaotic and shocking, unfolding in front of the judge, the jury, and everyone else present in the courtroom. Marin was transported to a nearby hospital, but he was pronounced dead a short time after. The Maricopa County medical examiner later determined that Marin had died from cyanide poisoning and ruled the death a suicide.
I think I've seen videos of this.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it popped up for me, and that's why I chose the story. I was like, oh, fuck, I've seen this before. I mean, it's not like graphic. I mean, he just like pops a pill and then like falls. It just looks
like he like choked. Yeah, like he choked on something.
It looks like he starts having like narcolepsy or something like that. He starts like losing consciousness and falling forward. But investigators concluded that he had concealed the poison on his person and ingested it immediately after the guilty verdict was announced, which is fucking crazy. But a family of 4 grown children refused to speak about him except to say that he was innocent. And his friends and lovers, I love this. Friends and lovers say the same, that he was innocent. Okay, lovers.
Have it all.
I saw this guy. Wait, I want to look at him again. I want to see what he looks like again. Michael Marin.
I tried Googling him earlier. I couldn't.
He's not even hot. Fuck him. I'm joking. Sorry. That's like, once again, I feel bad if this guy was innocent. So, because wait, here's my favorite line. It says, once again, not my favorite line. I don't know where I stand on this. It says, and if they were shocked by a suicide, they were not all surprised. The guy said, it says, he killed him, quote, he killed himself because he's Michael Marin, said his former attorney, Richard Girloff. Quote, it's because he didn't set that fire. And if people misunderstand him so badly, they thought he did this crime, then he's through with people. He's basically saying, he rage quit life because you all thought that he started the fire, and he was so upset that he like took a cyanide pill, which once again I don't believe is true. I think he committed arson. I think he did insurance fraud because of all the evidence stacked against him. Yeah. But for some reason, if he was innocent and they found him guilty, I do feel bad because he kills himself. But also, who the fuck has a cyanide pill? What the fuck?
Where do you even find that?
I know. I feel like this man was already like...
I actually don't want that answer because I feel like that puts you on a list. But like, I just don't even know where you would find that.
I know. Army surplus store or some shit. But so guys were with like who wear helmets and camo all day, like go and like, got any cyanide? I don't trust the government. I got to hide it in my tooth. But like I said, I don't think innocent people have cyanide capsules.
No.
Right?
No.
And then
I don't think any good people have cyanide.
I would tend to agree with that. I would tend to agree. In the end, my last sentence in the end, this is a good reminder to really think before making a decision. I don't even know what the moral of the story was. Really think before making a decision, because it could be the move that brings the house of cards falling down. Yeah, it's just like no, once again, no pun intended, but like, God, this guy, it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's a classic story. It's like a age-old tale of somebody who has it all until they don't have anything, because you realize that, like, I'm not saying his gains were ill-gotten or anything. I don't know what he was doing in East Asia. You know, he raised his kids in Asia, which I don't think is bad. Okay, this sounds kind of weird, but, like, it feels selfish to raise your kids in another country that you're just like, well, my work brought me to Asia. And they're like, well, this is kind of weird because, like, we're
So
just
you
like,
hate military families?
okay, you make it. No, military is a little bit more honorable because, like, you're serving. He was just he was a financial trader in East Asia.
Actually, down that line.
You know what? It might be cool. I don't know. Maybe it was cool being raised in East Asia. I think I just like grew up in America.
Cool story.
Yeah, I grew up in America, so I'm just like, they should have probably been raised in America, because it's probably weird to like be like raised in East Asia, and then they're like, okay, now you're 15, we're moving back to Texas, and you're like, or Arizona, and you're just like, okay, this is strange, but
time to start studying your driver's permit.
Sorry, this is a very hot take, and I apologize to anybody who, you know, there's very good reasons for this, but like, I always found it weird when like parents were like, well, my job brings me to 8 different states, so like I'm uprooting your life and doing it. I feel like if that's the case, you have to be getting paid like millions of dollars, but I feel like people do it who get paid like normal salaries, and the kids is like, yep, I guess I get to make no friends throughout my childhood.
Yeah.
Sorry, that
like, you can make friends.
I agree. I just think it's hard on the kids and hard on the family and a little selfish. I'm like, can you just get like a job that stays in one place? But I think that some jobs are inherently like that. So, like I said, hot take. I think somebody could come up to me and give me a very reasonable excuse why like that has to happen for some jobs, and I'd be like, you're right. But right now, I'm like, it feels a little selfish.
Yeah.
Because I always hear people like being like, I was a military brat, so I didn't grow up normal. And I'm like, well, you said it, not me. So it seems like they're always kind of like half-heartedly complaining about it.
Yeah. Freak.
Anyway, fucking freak. Cut off your penis. Burn it. Sorry, Michael Marin, if you're innocent, and if you did do it, you shouldn't have taken that pill. You should have just like,
yeah, you didn't do a good job selling your innocence.
Yeah, and also just do your 3.5, 4 years in prison and get out, and
it's like nothing.
Yeah, I know. It's like, come on,
that's
go read.
That's half the time it takes to grow asparagus.
I'm like, that's your barometer. I love that. That's so good.
Yeah.
Me, I'm like, that's like 2 books. I'm a slow reader. No, I just read all of Blood Meridian in 2 weeks, which I'm kind of proud of.
Oh, didn't read the book I gave you, huh?
I read 30 pages of it, and I put it down. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little overwhelmed by them explaining the interface for like 3 fucking pages. But my brother, he's read 8 of them, and he was like, "Oh, finish it," and I was like, "Okay." Yeah. So I'm going back, but he says they're good, and I was like, "Okay," but. I got a little overwhelmed by that. It was Dungeon Crawler Carl, everyone. You know, the most popular fucking book on the planet right now?
Yeah. It's for a good reason. It's good stuff.
And also, you're making me start season 1 of a fucking, like, 8-season book tour.
So
there's like 8 books. I'm like...
Yeah. Well, the 8th book is, like, just coming out.
I know, but I don't... It's like Meg when she starts a show and she's like, I really want to watch The Americans. I'm like, there's like 6 fucking seasons of that. And she's like, I want to watch it. I'm like, oh my God.
You should watch One Piece.
No, I'll kill you with a knife.
I mean, I'm on book 5 of Dungeon Crawler Carl, so
Okay. Well,
take it at your own pace.
I'm in my reading mode now, so I think I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna finish the book.
Yeah.
So, what a good jump to go from Blood Meridian to Dungeon Crawler Carl.
It gets pretty bloody.
No, Blood Meridian was more than bloody. It was fucking bloody, but it was disturbing. It was like, whoa. Jesus.
I feel like I think I started that audiobook of that, but I don't think I made it far.
It's hard to read. Cormac McCarthy does not make it easy. He like all of his language is like of the time and fucked up, and you can't tell who's
it's like
speaking
the
when.
Game of Thrones stuff.
Yeah, it's. I just gave up Google and shit. I'm like, what is this? And it's like, oh, it's an old sack they used to carry water in. And I'm like, I'll get the gist of it when they say this like random word from the West. You know, I don't need to look it up.
Now I'm looking at my Audible to see if that was the one I started. I can do this later.
Do you want to tell your story?
Do we want to? Or do we want to save it for the next one?
What are we at right now, time-wise?
An hour, 6 minutes.
Can you do it in 30?
I guess we'll find out.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, Tobin. You know the phrase iron sharpens iron?
Not really. Where's that from?
Well, I don't know. Blood Meridian. The saying... The saying is usually reserved. The saying is usually reserved for the positive change that comes from diversity or the improvement your peers can provide to you through work.
Oh.
I want to point out, I was telling Alex earlier, I wrote a story today, very rushed. I didn't like it, and I was looking through all of my documents, and I found a story that I wrote May 2025 that I never told. So I wrote this over a year ago, so it's not exactly fresh on my mind. So just want to point out in case.
It's new to him too, kids.
A little confused. So, but what if that iron was... This is so funny. What if that iron was crazy iron? Just normal iron. Just normal iron to Tobin.
That is normal to me.
Is it possible to put a large group of crazy people to make them seemingly crazier? Well, today I'm going to talk about the madness of what the locker room must have been for the 2014 St. Louis Rams.
2014. I'm trying to remember were they good that year?
Probably not, because that was pretty close to when they got moved back to LA. And I feel like you don't move a team if they're good.
Yeah, fair enough.
So before we start, I will note that this story does include domestic violence, along with other violence, crime, and death. So just a little warning.
Really cool.
Yeah, we're going to start with the worst one. So Zach Stacy was a running back for the Rams coming from Vanderbilt. Stacy was a piece of shit who was sentenced to only a year in prison after his then girlfriend filmed an altercation. Now, for someone to feel obligated to start filming domestic abuse, it is safe to say that this was a common situation.
He was filming
what I mean? Like this. Well, she filmed the attack.
As evidence.
Like kind of like she knew it was coming, so like it wasn't like a one-off thing. Not that that's any better. I'm just saying that like it must have been very frequent for her to like know it was coming.
Yeah.
And set up a camera. In the clip, Stacy first appeared to punch his then girlfriend Kristen Evans twice in the head, leaving her helplessly on the couch. With her hands up trying to protect her face from more blows. Stacy then picks up Evans by her midsection and threw her across the room like a rag doll, flying into a TV, which then fell on her after colliding with it.
That's so terrifying. Like, I don't think people understand how giant football players are too.
Especially like a running back, that's just like a bowling ball of like muscle.
Like I'm like a guy, and I'm like, I would never want to get into a fight. And then like these women are smaller than me, and like these guys are like, I'm gonna fuck, and like, oh my god, like, I mean, you see it. Who's the guy that punched the lady in the elevator? Ray Rice? Is that slander?
Jay-Z?
No, that was Jay-Z. That was Beyonce's sister beating up Jay-Z in the elevator. No, there's a guy who like dragged a woman, like he punched her. Knocked her
I think it
out
was Ray Rice.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
Yeah. Also a running back.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So Evans begged and pleaded with Zach Stacy to stop, but he continued with walking over to her, repeatedly picking her up and slamming her onto the ground.
Oh my god.
After Evans released the video she secretly recorded, Zach Stacy turned himself in and pleaded guilty, serving time in prison and getting help at a mental health facility after.
What mental health did he have? Anger problems, or what is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Fucking psycho shit.
Yeah. So next person we'll talk about is Kenny Britt. Kenny Britt was pulled over while driving 71 in a 50 speed zone in Bayonne, New Jersey. As soon as the cops had Kenny roll the window down, they immediately smelt that sweet, sticky icky. The police searched Britt's car and found 50 grams of marijuana in the car.
Wait, 50 grams. How much is that? Wait, 50 grams.
No
wait,
idea.
50 grams in ounces. Oh, shit. He had like 2 ounces. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
intent
this
to
story
sell,
isn't-
I guess, huh?
Yeah. This story isn't that crazy. But since he was arrested during this time when he was with the team, I decided to add it in. So next player from this 2014 team, we will talk about Janoris Jenkins.
That's
News
a
broke
name?
out. Yeah, Janoris Jenkins. I could be wrong. I feel like he was a lineman. Let me look it up real quick. Not that it really matters, but it helps paint a picture.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Somehow I typed in Anus Jackson Jenkins.
Anus Jenkins. I went to school with Anus Jenkins. Don't bend over in front of him. Whatever you do. He'll drop $1. Do not get the dollar.
Also, Janoris Jenkins' nickname was Jackrabbit. He was a cornerback. Those guys are also lunatics. So news broke out that the authorities were investigating a dead body found in NFL star's home, Janoris Jenkins. Police said that the body of Renee, a hip-hop artist and producer who was living in Janoris' home, was discovered by a contractor in the basement of the house. Authorities announced that they believed Renee's cause of death was strangulation.
What?
Now,
wait,
obviously,
wait, back up. She was a contractor?
No, she was found by contractors. She was a rap artist and producer.
Oh, my God.
And she was living in his home at the time, and a contractor was there working on something and found her dead body in the basement.
Oh, my God. He's like,
now, obviously,
yeah, go check out the beams. Just if you see anything wrapped in a tarp, just like move it to the side if it stinks.
Yeah, there's some water damage. We're just wrapping up something down there.
If it stinks in the basement, it's just I got a bunch of shredded lettuce down there, so that's why it's like that. Don't fucking touch it. You'll be shitting for days.
It's all pink and red.
It's all yeah. It's because of the lettuce and not the blood.
Got it from McDonald's.
That's why she's dead. She ate the McDonald's burger. She ate the motherfucking Saturn burger.
What is this, a Saturn burger?
Fucking McPickle pounder. The Tomatonator.
The lily pad burger?
That lily pad. Okay, sorry. That's why she did.
So now, obviously, a dead body being found in your home is never a good look. But luckily for Janoris, he had been in a mini camp, which is what they call like the before a season mini camp in Florida for a week or so. So the police were able to rule out his immediate involvement, being that his home was in New York and he was in Miami during the time. Still not good look though.
No.
As the case continued, it would be Janoris' brother, William H. Jenkins, who would be charged for the death of Renee. Although Janoris was innocent of the homicide, it was a story that could also not be left out of this when you have a teammate whose brother strangled someone to death. Next player is...
So he was innocent and his brother strangled that woman. Okay. I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it makes more sense why he let them go down in the basement. Is that his house? I guess if you're like the successful one in the family and your brother's the murderer, you're gonna go use their house to strangle, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I mean his brother is probably living there too. Who knows?
Yeah, you're probably right.
A lot of times those players, they buy mansions and it's, they've got tons of family living there and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. All the family rushes in. They're like, "Oh, we love you. We're gonna live. Like, give us a bunch of money." And then they do, and then all of a sudden their contract ends, and they're like, "Fuck, I have no money anymore because my family took it."
Yeah, and the contractor finds a dead body.
Oh, they usually leave that part out of it, but sometimes.
So the next player is running back Trey Mason.
I've heard that name.
He was awesome. He was a very good running back in college. I think Alabama. Oh wait, no, I get into it in two paragraphs. So before we get into his bad boy behavior, I will add that Trey Mason is the son of Vincent Mason, member of legendary hip hop group De La Soul.
Oh,
which I thought was interesting.
They from Oakland?
I think New York. I think De La Soul is New York.
Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, Amityville,
I think they're
New York.
East Coast.
Yeah.
So
they're in the same era of like Tribe, I feel like.
Yeah. They all easily like mixed up with them.
People also search for Q-Tip in A Tribe Called Quest. Yep, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. So Trey Mason was a great college player for Auburn and had high expectations going into the NFL. In his first college game, Mason returned a kickoff for 97 yards against Utah State and set up the SEC championship rushing record with 304 yards and 4 touchdowns. He would end up being named as one of the 6th finalists for the 2013 Heisman Trophy.
Whoa.
Which for non-football fans, the Heisman is the best college player of that year. Unfortunately, in football, with positions like running back, CTE has become a humongous topic, casting an ugly shadow over the sport. Which, with running backs, it's especially bad because so many repetitive blows to the head. And it seems to be a very clear issue that Trey was a victim of it. In 2016, Trey was driving 75 miles per hour in a 35 zone and led the police on a chase. After being arrested, he was charged with resisting arrest, reckless driving, failure to register a motor vehicle, and possession of marijuana. Later that year, police were called to his family home for Trey's bizarre, angry outbursts. When deputies arrived, Trey threatened to call the White House and have them fired, while also making several comments regarding the Al-Qaeda.
Not the Al-Qaeda.
Yeah.
They're monkey bars. They're monkey bars. Like, okay.
So after Trey Mason was released by the Rams due to fear that he was unwell, Trey was arrested again while leading the police on another high-speed chase while he was operating an ATV.
Oh. What?
Yeah. After police after Mason led the police on the ATV chase, Mason's mother stated that Mason had the mindset of a 10-year-old due to repetitive and massive brain injuries sustained while playing football.
Oh my God.
She noted that after the 2015 season, he had clearly changed, stating, "We could see the change like completely. As much as he's accomplished, as hard as he has worked, as much as he has built his character in record-breaking time, it's going downhill. Because of what's going on. Oh, going downhill because of what's going on." On February 18th, 2025, Trey Mason passed away at the age of 30 due to prostate cancer.
Oh my God.
Yeah, crazy life.
Whoa.
So, next player from the 2014 Rams, Greg Robinson. Robinson was number 2 overall draft pick, who had an underwhelming 5-year career in the NFL. In 2020, Robinson was arrested for being in possession of more than 150 pounds of marijuana near the U.S.-Mexico border, which is a fuck ton of weed. 3 years later, in 2023, did I say 2020? Oh, no, it was 2020. So 3 years later, in 2023, Robinson was arrested and charged with 5 felonies: possession of intent to distribute, hydrocodone, marijuana, cocaine, oxycodone, and Xanax.
Wait. Trey Mason's not dead.
What?
Trey Mason is not dead. Former Rams running back Trey Mason is not dead. He is alive and living out of the NFL spotlight while struggling with severe off-field issues and mental health crisis during the playing days. There's been no confirmed reports of his death.
What the fuck? Then who?
Oh my God.
What the hell?
AI write this one?
No. Dude, this was before AI. Then who the fuck am I thinking of?
Oh my God. That's funny. I Googled him and I was like, he's 32. I was like, huh. Okay. And then I looked for a death time and I was like, I don't see any death things about him. But I think he's still alive.
Then how the hell did I? That's such a specific thing.
Then who the hell did I tackle?
Again, I wrote this over a year ago, but that's such a weird, specific. I wonder if maybe when I wrote this, there was a false report of that.
Interesting.
All right. Well, I take it back. I hope he's doing better.
Seems like it.
What the fuck?
That's so funny.
That is so weird. All right. Trey Mason's still alive. Hope you're doing good, buddy. Stay off the ATVs.
Yeah.
All right. So next player is Stedman Bailey. November 24th, 2015. Bailey was out to dinner with his cousin, Antoine Reeves. Antoine's 10-year-old son and 6-year-old daughter and another close friend. The group was in a rental car they rented to drive 9 hours for a family Thanksgiving meal. That's such a... you only have nice exotic cars and we're I just can't take the Lamborghini on a nine-hour drive. We're going to go rent something.
Yeah, I feel like...
don't want to put the miles on it.
Well, even that, but I feel like Lamborghinis are made for sprinting, not long distance. I know they're well-made cars, but I'm there's no fucking way I would ever. If somebody was they're free, either take the Lamborghini or the Honda. I'm I can't risk
Well, I'd take the Lamborghini and sell the Lamborghini and buy 6 Hondas, but yeah.
Well, I meant renting it
minivan. Yeah,
they're not giving you a Lamborghini, but you know what I mean. It's just it's too much of a wild card.
It's also also possible that they didn't have a vehicle that would fit. Was it 5 people, 6 people?
Yeah, true.
So Bailey was sitting in the SUV waiting for his friend to get changed for the dinner when the back door with the back door open. So the back door of the car was open. When an unknown vehicle pulled up behind and opened fire.
Oh shit.
Bailey was in the passenger seat and took 2 bullets. His cousin Antoine was in the back, felt 1 bullet rip through his chest and another hit him in the lower back and 1 more through his arm.
Oh my god.
Antoine lost feeling in his legs, but fought through the pain to jump on top of his kids to protect them from the bullet storm. He would then take more shots in his shoulder while protecting his kids. Antoine handed his phone to his son, telling him to call his mom, but the boy sat in shock looking at Stedman Bailey, who sat there with bullet holes in his head. The 10-year-old boy started to scream, "Stead's dead, Stead's dead." But by some miracle, with the hole made by a hollow point round that traveled through Stedman's temple and out his eyebrow, Stedman Bailey was not dead.
What?
Stedman was dazed and confused, saying that he did not feel any pain. Antoine told him that he had been shot in the head, and he reached for the car visor mirror, but Antoine stopped him, not wanting to see like the damage done to his own face. Unfortunately, even without the mirror, the pile of bone, cartilage, and blood in his lap was enough to confirm that he had been shot in the head. The friend who was getting ready inside came out due to the commotion to find a nightmare. Anton told him to get in the car, ignore all the cops and lights, and get to the hospital immediately. The SUV hit over 100 miles per hour on the way to the Jackson North Medical Center. Thanks to the quick thinking and fast acting done by his cousin and friend, all of them survived, but Bailey had years of recovery to come. To this day, Stedman Bailey made a full recovery, even to the point that he was cleared and wanting to play football again.
No way.
The shooter's motives or identity remains a mystery today. They never found the guy or like why he decided to shoot him up.
Fucked up. That is so fucked up.
Yeah.
But
All
maybe they did know who it was, but sometimes like there's that it's a G code. You don't snitch, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah. All right, and for the final player, this is a positive one, not a bad one, but he had to be mentioned. William Hayes. In December 2015, Hayes received a little media attention for his disbelief in dinosaurs. Hayes claimed, "No, I don't believe dinosaurs existed, not even a little bit. I believe there's more of a chance you'd find a mermaid than you would find a dinosaur because if we find a different species in the water, because we find different species in the water all the time." According to his former teammates and his former teammate Chris Long, go Ducks, he thinks archaeologists place bones underground like a parent would place Easter eggs. They just planted them. It's some large conspiracy. He does not believe that dinosaurs ever existed, and he thinks that mermaids are real. I love dinosaurs, so we have a big point of contention.
What the fuck?
So
people are like, hey, the devil put him there to question God's.
Yeah,
and you're like, I just don't think people care that much. No one's like, we need to dismantle Christianity. Like, they're just there, dude.
Yeah. In the 2016 season of HBO's Hard Knocks, Rams head coach Jeff Fisher said, I remember him getting really excited about the potential for moving out here, talking about going back to LA, because he knew he'd be closer to mermaids here on the West Coast.
Stop. Well,
so
they don't put them on the team because they're geniuses, you know?
No. So that's the end of my story. Again, I'll remind you that all these people were on the 2014 St. Louis Rams football team's roster at one time. It makes you wonder what a locker room full of these people would be like. It's possible a curse by St. Louis was put on them, knowing that a few short years later the team was going to move back to Los Angeles. But that is for you to decide.
It's kind of like we spoke about this, but your Florida Gators story. I mean, that team was somewhat cursed.
That team was much crazier than this one.
Oh,
Looking back on it, a lot of these guys, just things happened to them, which was crazy.
Crazy, yeah, exactly. Crazy experiences happened to these people, but they weren't like the instigator of them. But like, the Florida one was a little bit more instigating. Obviously,
yeah. Florida one's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, just the Aaron Hernandez thing. It's like what? But well, thank you guys for tuning in once again. We love telling you these crazy stories, and we love when you stick around and listen. So if you want any more information, you can go to Camp Strange Podcast on Instagram. We post up there. Link in bio for whatever you want to do with the merch and stuff. And then rate, review, subscribe, and share with a friend. Just do that. And I think that's it, huh? Right, Davey?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, David, do you have anything to say before we head out?
Well, it seems like a lot of places are hitting like not record highs, but it seems like a lot of places are very hot right now. Make sure you guys stay hydrated. Can't stress it enough. Drink water.
Make sure your dogs are staying hydrated and cool too.
Oh yeah, get them dogs a full bowl. Keep an eye on it. If they're burning through it, get them a bigger bowl. I got this bowl. I got this bowl right now. One of our dogs, the Holta dog, he loves to take a big old mouth of water, turn away from the bowl, and walk through the house just dribbling it everywhere.
He's not even a long-haired faced dog. They usually get that like jowly dog. He's not even a jowly dog.
No, he like to swish it around.
He's just
like a
sloppy.
mouthwash. He's a sloppy boy. But we got this water bottle. We got this water bowl, and it's got a little saucer on top of it, and it prevents them from taking too much of the water.
I hate
they get enough of the water for the hydration, but it prevents them from just really filling that gullet. And I highly suggest you guys got any sloppy dogs drinking the sloppy water, you get one of them bowls with the saucer on top. It prevents the slop. It won't ever stop the slop, but it prevents it from hitting a catastrophic level of slop.
And don't forget to stay strange.